Welcome to Ghetto Gossip, where all the gossip goes down right here. Today we are back with another topic, interesting topic I might add. The truth hurts. Well, first of all, I will give you the rules of Ghetto Gossip. Comcast has over 400 channels. If you don't like what you're about to watch and you don't like what you're about to hear, you can turn the channel. The guest today will be Miss Rosslyn Johnson. She will be talking about her book that she's debuting on November the 26th that you can also purchase. So after this commercial break, we will come back and chop it up more about The Truth Hurts. And you already know, if you want to call in and ask any questions, we tell you what's really good on the Ghetto Gossip Show. You can call us at 804-915-5202, and we'll see if the truth really hurts. We're back with Ghetto Gossip, and in case you're just tuning in, the show's topic today is The Truth Hurt. The video that you just saw was so appropriate for this topic that we are discussing today. My guest today is Rosslyn Johnson. She actually wrote a book about The Truth Hurts. So we're going to get it, started and talk to her about why she wrote the book, and then I'm going to read you some excerpts from her book on what happened. Some of the book is true, and some of it is fiction. But the part that's true, you're really going to blow my phone lines up. So I'm going to get it on popping with Ms. Rosslyn Johnson. Ms. Rosslyn.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what made you decide to write the book, The Truth Hurts?
Okay, well, I've always been an adamant reader, and I've always wanted to write a story, but it's something I've kept putting on the back burner. It wasn't something I stayed focused with. I would start writing and then stop. Mm-hmm. But then when this incident took place, a moment in my life, I was like, this was the time to write something so I could get it off my chest, mm-hmm. because it hurt me. It festered for a long time, and it ate at my core, mm-hmm. as a mom, because I felt like I was part to blame as well. So in the midst of all of that, I just started penning it, and then the title came one day, The Truth Hurts, and I just kept going with it.
So what day, and you can let people know, your book will be aired, will come out, and where can they purchase the book?
Well, my book will be live November the 26th. It can be purchased on Amazon. I will have paperbacks for sale. They probably can get those off of my website. It was supposed to be live today, but I had some technical difficulties, so I will have that available soon as well.
So would you like to get into more about the part of the book that is true, the reason that we're here and we are discussing it today? Get more in depth about the story?
Let me see. Well, a situation, I have 4 daughters. Let me just state that for the record. I have 4 daughters. And a situation took place with one of my girls. And when it happened, it caught me off guard. It took me by surprise, because that's one of the worst things any mom wants to hear. Somebody messing, fooling with one of their girls, touching them, saying things to them that's indecent, while they young. That takes away their innocence. So when that happened, I had to proceed as a parent. And the first thing I thought to do was press charges, and that's exactly what I did.
So when you pressed charges on the situation that happened, how did that affect you and your family and the party that was involved?
It's been a journey. It took some time to heal. It affected everybody. Initially, I thought it was just affecting me. I thought it was just me. I cried. I was like, what did I do wrong? Why did this happen to my daughter? And then after that happened, it was like, as I started writing, I started to see that everybody was affected by it. It wasn't just me. It wasn't just my daughter or her siblings or, the person involved or my sister. It just wasn't everybody. Everybody everybody felt some type of way about it before it was all said and done.
Okay. Would you like me to read the insert?
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay. This might be a little touchy, but going to read it. The names was changed to protect the innocent. I might add that. Okay, well, I'm trying to pull it up. Can you give them your website and your Facebook?
My Facebook is actually Rosslyn Johnson. So you could just put my name in there, Google me or whatever, and I'll pop up. And I'm sure probably after tonight my website will be live, so you can just keep my name in and it'll pop up.
Okay, can you tell them how to spell your name? Because your Rosslyn is spelled
yes,
different.
You're right. Rosslyn Johnson. And I do have an Instagram. I believe it's Ros is it Roz a lady? Roz 04 lady Instagram. I have no idea.
Okay.
It's something I'm still playing with.
This is part of the excerpt from her book, that's The Truth, and The Truth Hurts. Baby Madison is crying and everything. She told me that mother effing pervert came out of the bedroom last night to get something to drink. She was lying on the couch and he told her to flash him. When Madison made no advance in the direction he was leading, he approached her and attempted to take her camisole off. Can you explain that part?
Well, it's court record that let me go into the character in the story.
Okay.
In the story, I'm most like Amani. I take the role of Amani some parts. I can definitely relate to Amani in the story, the mother of Madison. Madison in the story, she had, and this actually happened, this is court documentation. Madison was sleeping on the couch and she was touched while she was sleeping, supposedly to wake up. When she didn't wake the first time, he shook her again, trying to wake her again and again and again. And just as you listen to that has doubt within itself. It's inconsistent, because if a child is sleeping, why would you constantly try to wake them out of their sleep? That makes no sense at all to anybody listening. So that's how that transpired.
Okay, another part of the book is like drama. What about if your sister turned her back on you for a effing nickel, because she had only been dating for a trial period of less than 90 days? Stay tuned for The Truth Hurts.
I will say this, because I've been guilty of dating guys and not being with them long, just getting with them and not knowing everything about them and then diving deep into a head-on relationship. I felt betrayed. I felt stabbed in my back. All these people on the street, you don't know who to trust. I'm real close to my siblings. This happened, we took a time out on life, but we on the up and up right now. But when this stuff was happening, it wasn't a good feeling. And it divided us, because it made me feel like we were on different sides of the fence. It didn't make me feel like we were family. It was no loyalty at the time. And I just couldn't express it enough. It bothered me so much, I started to distance myself while I gathered my thoughts, because in my mind, I was killing somebody 1,000 times. And every time I thought about it, I was getting in trouble in my mind. So I was like, it's time for me to take a time out. So I stopped coming around. I just started doing my own thing.
Okay, so with this being your sister, when it was first told to her, did she believe what your daughter had to say, which would be her niece? Did she believe what she had to say?
Oh, man. When all this first came about, I remember the conversation vividly. I called her myself. My words, I was frantic. I was irate. And I remember she said to me, she was like, sis, calm down. You so irate. I don't know what you're saying to me. And I was just like, do you know what happened in your house last night, And she was just like, at the end of the conversation, I remember exactly what she said to me. She was like, sister, if you think he did these things, you need to press charges. And I did just that. But by the time we made it down to the police station, and the investigation started to unfold, and they was doing their job, and the person that was accused, he was calling, trying to plead his case via phone, and all that was happening. I just knew my sister was going to be right there with me at the police. Couldn't nobody pay me and tell me my sister wasn't going to be sitting right there beside my side, consoling me, letting me know everything going to be all right. It wasn't the fact that, do we believe her? When she came to me, it wasn't a doubt in my mind that that whatever she said happened. It wasn't a doubt. I never doubted her. And now today, looking back over it and after writing about it, I feel some type of way that when my daughter came to me, when I went to go pick her up from the school before we made it down to the police department, I was so irate and wrapped up in everything. I lashed out at her. I was like, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you call me that night and tell me exactly what happened? I would have been there. I would have stopped. I would have woke up out my sleep. I would have came down there. I would have been there. And she was like, Mom, I'm so glad I didn't call you, because look how you act. And she was like, you probably would be in jail right now. Because I was so, my mind went violent. I went violent within seconds. It wasn't a doubt of my, I just went violent. And I'm just, everything happens for a reason,
So, okay, through the process of you taking out the warrants and initially going to court, whose side was she on in court?
Man, that's when I look back over that right there, that still makes me feel some type of way. But time heals wounds. She wasn't there with me in court. She wasn't there with me in court, and it was like nobody wanted to take a side. Everybody just wanted us to be okay. But after something like this happens, you're never okay. You just learn how to live with it. It wasn't okay that it happened, And I said, and I did say this. I was like, after he did what he did, if he would have been a man about it, apologized, did something to try to right his wrong, it wouldn't even, maybe it would have ended up in court because that wouldn't have been no way around that. But I'm just saying, like, we could have just been okay. Me and my sister, our relationship, here it is, somebody come off the street interrupting our lifestyle, you know what I mean? Because we are a close-knit family. I'm always with my siblings. My mother and father, we always together. So when this happened, this put a wedge in things, what I was accustomed to, what I had grown used to. This made me start feeling like I was a hermit. I was staying in the house, I'm in school, so I was studying. But this did something to me because it was days I wanted to call my sister and just be like, I don't blame you, but at the same time, I was blaming her. I was blaming her at the same time. I didn't want to blame anybody, but I needed her to be there with me. I needed my sister. Just like my mother I needed my mother when all this was going on. I was going to my mother. She was consoling me. She was doing the best that she could do because at the same time, she was being a parent to me and my sister, but I was being a parent to my daughter. So that's why, that's why the truth hurts, because that's the truth. I felt like I had nobody. I couldn't go to, me and my sister, we like a year apart in age. We close. We still close. But when this happened, this divided us.
So, okay, I know that your parents and his parents live close.
They live close.
And I know that you all gathering place is at your parents' house.
Right.
So what happens when y'all have family dinners and she bring him over, knowing that what happened with your daughter happened?
Well, that happened early on. Like he would, come around and stuff like that. But then after you get the vibe that you're not welcome, then he just stopped coming because I stopped seeing him. And then I guess it was the fact that I stopped coming too. So I stopped seeing him. I didn't want to see him anymore. I just felt like after all this happened and after we finished with the court and, and he was and today I tried to sit and I was trying to remember exactly what it was that he was convicted of. So I don't want to give out no false information, but I can't even recall. Because when I was in the courtroom, I promise you, I felt like I had an out-of-body experience. I couldn't believe I was sitting there. I couldn't believe I was sitting here. I couldn't believe my sister was sitting over there. I couldn't, I didn't care about anybody in the courtroom. The only person I was focused on was the judge. I gave him my undivided attention because that was the only person. I just felt like the truth would set us free. And after that happened, and after the judge was like, I remember looking at his face turned beet red. He just couldn't believe what he was hearing. He just, all the inconsistencies and stuff like that. And then whatever his ruling was, I just remember him saying he didn't want him to be around kids under the age of 18 without adult supervision. So after hearing that, it was just like, yes. And it was like I floated on out the courtroom in my mind. So I can't even recall exactly what this dude was charged with, to be honest with you.
So how much time?
Less than 30 days, no time. And that's another reason why I wanted to write the story, because in the story, I'm not interrupted in saying what I want to say. My mind is so active. My imagination just, it continued. So in my mind as a mother, I was like, hey, did these things really, what else happened? I constantly ask writing that story, I constantly say, what else happened in this story? What didn't she tell me? I'm afraid that my daughter didn't tell me everything. I'm just thinking that one day she's going to come to me and be like, Mama, let me tell you exactly what happened. This is what happened. You ready for the truth? Can you handle the truth? That's the question. Can I really handle the truth?
Do you know what I mean? If she came to you today, tonight, tomorrow, and told you what really happened, do you think that that's something that you can really handle at this point?
I never know. You never know how you're going to handle anything. You don't know until the opportunity, until you're confronted with these issues. And then once you're confronted with them, then you can say how it happened, because nobody could have paid me for and told me that me and my sister would be divided from a up nigga that she had barely been dating, a clown to me.
Okay, so what happened after they've been dating for a period of time? What ended up happening then with their relationship? I know they're not together. I'm not really sure what's going on with their relationship, because I don't,
that's one, me and my sister, we do speak. My sister know I love her. We was just together last weekend, as a matter of fact. I'm not sure what's going on with their relationship or whatever, but I do know, I don't think, it's something that has grown.
So what happened with your daughter didn't divide them, but something else was able to divide them?
Oh, no, when the situation happened with my daughter, it didn't divide them from what I could see, because she was still involved with him. She was still with him. I still seen, pictures and stuff like that, and that's when I just stopped, corresponding with them via Facebook or whatever, because...
baby.
She did.
She's your
did.
baby. So